Good morning, my dear students. Welcome to the class on English literature. We are still dealing with Act 5, the last act of the drama. The previous class I had explained to you the quarrel that began between Graziano and Nerissa. The last part of the video I had explained to you, I had told you that Portia was very confident that Bassanio will be having the ring given by Portia. I think that's the place where I had stopped the previous class. So let's move on with Act 5 of the drama, The Merchant of Venice. So now we are in page number 144. Page number 144, paragraph 185. Okay. Now Portia was very confident, or even told Nerissa and Graziano, see, here stands my husband who will be protecting, or whom I had given the ring to protect till his death. Now let's see what is the response of Bassanio now. Bassanio asked her, why? I were best to cut my left hand off. It is better to cut off my left hand and swear I lost the ring defending it. Which means it is better that I cut off my left hand because I have lost the ring. Graziano. My lord Bassanio gave his ring away unto the judge. So my lord Bassanio gave the ring to the judge that begged it. Which means Bassanio gave the ring to the judge who begged for it, and indeed deserved it too. And the judge was deserving this particular ring because the judge has saved the life of Antonio. And then the boy, his clerk, that took some pains means some care in writing the document, he begged mine, and the clerk was begging for my ring, and neither man nor master would take aught means anything but the two rings. The judge and the clerk will not accept anything except the rings of Bassanio and Graziano. Now Portia is asking, what ring gave you, my lord? Which ring did you give? Not that, I hope, which you received of me, and I believe that is not the ring which I had given to you. Now Bassanio replies, if I could add a lie unto a fault, which means if I can tell a lie about a mistake, I would deny it. I can deny it because I do not want to add a lie to a mistake that is done by me, so I do not want to do that. But you see my finger, but you can look at my finger, hath not the ring upon it, it is gone, and my finger does not have the ring which you had given to me, it is gone. So I do not want to tell a lie for a mistake that I have done. If I have to tell a lie, I can deny it, but I do not want to do that. And you can look at my finger, and there is no that particular ring. Portia, even so void is your false heart of truth. By heaven, I will never be your wife until I see the ring. Even so void means that void means empty. Even so void is a false heart of truth. Even your heart is very empty, and I will never be your wife until I get the ring, or until I see the ring in your finger. Now Nerissa joins with Portia by telling, nor I be yours, I will never be your wife till I again see mine. Till I see your ring, the ring given by me in your hand, I will not be your wife. Now Bassanio is trying to convince Portia, telling the situations, the circumstances that made him to give this particular ring. Sweet Portia, if you did know, if you understood to whom I gave the ring, if you are able to understand the person whom I gave the ring, if you did know for whom I gave the ring, if you are able to understand for whom I gave that particular ring, and would conceive for what I gave the ring. If you are conceive means if you are able to understand the reason, the purpose, the reason behind giving away this particular ring, and how unwillingly I left the ring, and if you are able to understand how unwilling I was to give away the ring, when not means nothing would be accepted but the ring, you would abate means reduce the strength of your displeasure means unhappiness. So if you are able to understand the person whom I gave the ring, for whom I gave the ring, the circumstances that led me to give away the ring, and how unwilling I was to give away the ring, and those two people, the judge and the clerk, would not accept anything except these two rings, You must be able to reduce your displeasure. Now Portia is giving the reply to him. If you had known the virtue of the ring, if you had understood the value of that particular ring, or half her worthiness that gave the ring, if you had understood the worthiness of your wife, the person who gave this ring to you, or your own honor means your duty to contain the ring means to protect the ring, you would not then have parted with the ring. If you had understood the value of the ring, if you had understood the half of the worthiness of the person who gave this ring to you, or your own duty to protect this particular ring, you would not have parted with this particular ring. What man is there so much unreasonable? Who will be so unreasonable if you had pleased to have defended it with any terms of zeal, wanted the modesty to urge the thing held as a ceremony? The Portia tells that there will be no person who becomes so unreasonable, who will be very unreasonable, provided if you had pleased, means if you had tried to defend with any terms of zeal, with a determination, and wanted the modesty, which means this particular ring was given to you during a holy ceremony. Nerissa teaches me what to believe. Nerissa is teaching me what I should believe. I will die for it, which means I will die for this particular ring, but some woman had the ring, which means you have given away this ring to another woman, not to any judge, not to any man. So this particular ring was given to you, this ring was given to you during a religious ceremony. So it is a sacred thing, and if you had tried your level best, if you had defended with so much determination, and if you had understood that this particular ring was given to you during a holy ceremony, I think that person would have understood, that person would not become very unreasonable. So I believe, I join with Nerissa in believing that you have given away this ring to another woman. Understand you? No, by my own honor, madam, by my soul, which means I again promise you with my soul, no woman had it, which means we have not given away this ring to any woman, but a civil doctor, a civil judge, which did refuse 3,000 ducats of me. In the beginning I offered the judge 3,000 ducats, he refused it and begged the ring, and the judge was begging for the ring, the which I did deny him. Which means in the beginning when he asked, I said it is not possible. I denied him and suffered him and allowed him. Suffered means allowed him to go displeased away. So he asked for the ring. I said it's not possible. So he went away in a displeased manner. The judge was not very happy. Even he that had held up the very life of my dear friend, and this particular judge, I made him very unhappy, and it was this particular judge who had saved the life of my dear friend Antonio. What should I say, sweet lady? What should I tell you now? I was enforced, which means I was compelled to send it after him. I was beset. Beset means I was overcome with the shame and courtesy. Which means I felt I was not very grateful to this particular person, to this particular judge, because the judge has saved the life of Antonio. So I should have been very grateful towards him, and I should have given this particular ring. But I allowed this particular judge to go in a displeased manner. So I was overcome with the shame and courtesy. My honor would not let ingratitude so much besmear it. Besmear means stain it. I do not want ingratitude to enter, or ingratitude become a stain in my soul. Pardon me, good lady, for by these blessed candles of the night, these stars of the night, had you been there, if you were there, I think you would have begged the ring of me to give the worthy doctor. So I do not want ingratitude to enter into my, or to stain my soul. So, and I believe if you were with me, you would have asked me to give the ring to the judge. Now how does Portia reply to him? Portia. Let not that doctor ever come near my house. That judge whom you gave this particular ring, he shall never come near my house, since he hath got the jewel that I loved. It means he has the ring which I loved the most, and that which you did swear to keep for me, and you promised to keep it forever for me. I will become as liberal as you. It means you were very liberal. You were liberal in giving away this particular ring. So I too will become very liberal as you are. I will not deny him anything I have. If the doctor comes and asks me, the particular judge comes and asks me anything, I too will become very liberal as you are. The result, nor I clerk, which means I will not refuse anything that is asked by the clerk, because you have given away this particular ring to the clerk. Therefore, be well advised. Okay, so please take good care. Please take good care how you do leave me to my own protection. So you take special care of me, that you don't leave me unguarded, because I will become very liberal as you are. So that's now Portia and Nerissa have joined together, and now they are playing a plan on these Bassanio and Graziano. So both of them said, both of Nerissa and Portia will be liberal as Bassanio and Graziano were. If they come and ask, if the judge and the clerk they come and ask, we will become very liberal as you were. So take special care that you don't leave us unguarded. Antonio, after listening to all these things, Antonio was very happy because Bassanio was able to save his life, so he was very happy. But now after coming to the palace of Portia, now things are not very smooth there. So Antonio tells, I am the unhappy subject of these quarrels. I am the center, I am the reason for all these quarrels that are happening now. Sir, now Portia tells, sir, please grieve not you, which means don't be upset. You are welcome notwithstanding. In spite of the fact that there is a quarrel, you are most welcome to the palace. Bassanio, Portia, forgive me for this enforced wrong. Forced means I was forced to inflict this particular wrong on you, which means I was compelled by the judge. So I was forced to inflict this wrong on you. And in the hearing of these many friends, hearing means in the presence of these many friends, I swear to thee, I promise to you, even by thy own fair eyes, wherein I see myself. It means I see my own reflection in your eyes. Now Portia, mark you but that. Okay, listen what is told by Bassanio. In both my eyes, he doubly sees himself. So, doubly sees himself means he speaks about, Bassanio, Portia speaks about the false nature of Bassanio here. Okay. In each eye one, which means in my two double eyes, he sees himself doubly. Which means one speaks about the false nature of Bassanio. Swear by your double self, which means he sees himself in each of my eyes. That's what Portia tells. Even by thy own fair eyes, wherein I see myself. That's what told by Bassanio. And now what does Portia tell here? In both my eyes, he sees himself. Bassanio sees himself in each of Portia's eyes. So he sees himself double. And there is an oath of credit, which means he swears, this particular Bassanio swears by his double dealing self, which means he said he sees in each eyes of Portia and he sees himself doubly. So he tells him he swears by his double nature, double dealing self. What is the false nature? Is it an oath? Is it a promise that is to be believed? Is it a promise that I need to believe? Because he said that he sees himself in each of her eyes, so he sees himself double, referring to the false nature. And Portia is asking him, should I believe? Is this particular oath that I need to believe? Bassanio, nay, but hear me, no, but listen to me, pardon this fault, please forgive me this particular mistake, and by my soul I swear, to my soul I swear, I promise, I never more will break an oath with thee. I will never break any promise that I give to you. Antonio. Now Antonio comes again. I once did lend means I gave my body for his wealth, which but for him that had your husband's ring hath quite miscarried. And my husband and your husband, he has lost this particular ring which was given by you. I dare be bound again. Okay, I take the risk again to be the bound, to be the surety again. My soul upon the forfeit. It means I will take the pledge, I will dare myself to pledge myself again that your Lord will never more break faith advisedly. Advisedly means deliberately, which means your master, your husband will not break the promise. Now Antonio tells, now Portia tells, then you shall be his surety, which means you be his guarantee. Give him this, you give this particular ring to him and bid him and ask him to keep it better than the other. Now Antonio has received the ring from Portia and told Bassanio, here Lord Bassanio, swear to keep this ring, which means you promise to keep this ring forever. Now Bassanio is surprised to see this particular ring because he believed or he thought that he had lost this particular ring. Now he sees the same ring again by heaven. It is the same I gave the doctor. It is the same ring that I had given to the judge. Portia, I had it of him, which means I got it from the particular judge. Pardon me, Bassanio. Teresa, and pardon me, my gentle Graciano. For that same scrubbed boy, undersized boy, the doctor's clerk did give me this. And that particular clerk gave me this particular ring. Now Portia is opening or is breaking the surprise here now. You are all amazed, you are all surprised. Here is a letter, read it at your leisure. Leisure means during your free time. It comes from Padua, from Bellario, the learned doctor. There you shall find that Portia was the doctor, Nerissa there her clerk. From the letter you can understand that it was Portia who was disguised as a judge and Nerissa as her clerk. Lorenzo here shall witness, I set forth as soon as you. And Lorenzo knows that as soon as you left for Venice, we too had set out from this particular palace. And even but now return. Which means we also just returned now only. I have not yet entered my house. We have not entered the palace. Antonio, you are welcome. Again welcoming Antonio. And I have better news in store for you than you expect. You have got another surprising news for you. Another surprise for you. Unseal this letter soon, which means open this particular letter soon. There you shall find 3 of your argosies, the merchant ships, are richly come to harbor suddenly, which means your 3 ships have returned safe to the harbor. You shall not know by what strange accident I chanced on this letter. It was by chance, it was a strange thing that I happened to get this particular letter. Now Antonio tells, I am dumb, which means I am speechless. I cannot even utter a word. Bassanio, where is the doctor? I knew you not. So I never understood that you were the judge in the court. Graziano, were you the clerk? Were you the one who acted as a clerk of this particular judge? Antonio, sweet lady, you have given me life and the living. Living means the ships are back. So that is the means by which he lives his life. For here I read for certain that my ships are safely come to road. In this particular letter I could read that my ships are back safely. Portia, how now Lorenzo, now speaking to Lorenzo, my clerk had some good comforts too for you. Which means there is some good news for you also. There is a and I will give them without her free. without a fee, without any money, without getting any fee, I will give you this particular document. There do I give to you and Jessica from the rich Jew, referring to Shiloh, a special deed of gift, a legal document. After his death, after the death of Shiloh, of all he dies possessed of, the property will be given to them after the death of Shiloh. Lorenzo, fair ladies, you drop manna in the way of starved people, which means you are dropping manna for the starved people. Now, what is the reference given to this particular term called manna here? This is a reference given to the Bible where the Jews were the wandering people in the desert on a long journey. The Jews were wandering in the desert on a long journey and they were starving. They did not have any food in the desert. So God sent them divine food, and that divine food is known as manna. So now, that's a reference here. The manna is a divine food given by God to the Jews who were wandering in the desert. Now Lorenzo tells that, fair ladies, you drop manna in the way of starved people. Now Lorenzo and Jessica did not have any money. They had some money stolen from Shiloh. But now what happens is that now they get the possession, the property after his death. That's the reason he tells you now, you drop manna in the way of starved people. Portia, it is almost morning, and yet I am sure you are not satisfied of these events at full. I know that you have not understood, you have not got a clear picture of all the incidents that have taken place. Let's go in, let's enter inside, and charges there. It means, charges means put all your questions that are in your mind upon interrogatis. Interrogatis means upon oath we will answer truly. You ask the questions that are there in your mind, and we will answer truly. And we will answer all things faithfully. The last part of Gracinum, let it be so. So let's do that way. Well, while I live, I have only one fear. I have only one fear in my life as long as I live. That is to keep safe the ring given by Nerissa. So there is only fear that Gracian has got now. As long as he lives, he has only one fear, that how to protect or how to guard the ring given by Nerissa. That's the happy ending of this particular drama called Marcella Venice. So kindly go through the video once again. So we have completed the syllabus. Go through the video, read the textbook properly, and understand the explanation clearly. I hope you are completing the workbook, and I hope you will submit it tomorrow. So prepare well for your exam. Thank you, children. Take care.